In the heart of the magical forest, where sunlight filtered through a vibrant canopy of leaves, the Willybooger lived a life brimming with joy and mischief. His name, a whimsical blend of silliness and charm, perfectly encapsulated his essence. With a body no larger than a rabbit, he was covered in soft, moss-green fur that shimmered in the dappled light, and his pointed ears perked up at the slightest sound, always ready to listen for the laughter of children. His eyes sparkled like the stars, reflecting the wonder of the world around him. There was something undeniably enchanting about this little creature that made him a beloved figure in the nearby village. Every day, as the sun rose and painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, the Willybooger would begin his day with a delightful routine. He would stretch his tiny limbs, shake off the dew from his fur, and leap from his cozy nest nestled in the crook of an ancient oak tree. With a heart full of glee, he would bound from branch to branch, performing acrobatic flips and twirls that left the birds in awe. His laughter, a melodious sound that danced through the air, would echo through the forest, calling the children from the village to join in his playful escapades. The children, with their innocent hearts and boundless energy, would gather at the edge of the forest, their eyes wide with anticipation. They adored the Willybooger, not just for his antics, but for the magic he brought into their lives. Each visit was a new adventure, a chance to escape the mundane and embrace the whimsical. They would shout his name, their voices ringing like bells, and the Willybooger would respond with a joyful leap, landing gracefully before them, his smile bright enough to rival the sun. "Gather around, my friends," he would call, his voice a sweet melody that wrapped around the children like a warm hug. "Today, we shall dance with the leaves and chase the butterflies. Who's ready for some fun?" The children would cheer, their hearts racing with excitement as they followed him deeper into the forest, where the trees whispered secrets and the air was thick with the scent of wildflowers. With a leaf balanced precariously on their noses, the children would wobble and giggle, trying to maintain their balance while the Willybooger danced around them, his tiny feet tapping rhythmically on the forest floor. He would twirl and pin, encouraging them with playful shouts and infectious laughter. The leaves would flutter down like confetti, adding to the magic of the moment. "Look at you all! You're dancing like the wind!" he would exclaim, his eyes shining with delight as he watched the children lose themselves in the joy of the game. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, the Willybooger would lead the children to a sun-drenched clearing, where butterflies flitted about like living jewels. "Now, my little friends, it's time to jump," he would announce, his enthusiasm contagious. The children would take a deep breath, their faces lighting up with determination, and together they would leap into the air, reaching for the fluttering creatures. Laughter erupted as they tumbled and rolled, their spirits soaring higher than the butterflies themselves. Time seemed to stand still in that magical forest, where the only clock was the sun. The children, with their cheeks flushed and eyes sparkling, lost track of the hours as they played under the watchful gaze of the Willybooger. Each moment was a treasure, a memory woven into the fabric of their childhood. They didn't just play games, they created bonds of friendship that would last a lifetime, all thanks to their whimsical companion. As the day began to wane, and the golden light of the sunset painted the forest in shades of amber and rose, the joyful laughter began to fade. It was always a bittersweet moment when the time came for the children to return home. They would gather around the Willybooger, their hearts heavy yet full of the day's magic. "Thank you for the fun, Willybooger," they would call, their voices a harmonious blend of gratitude and longing. With a big, beaming smile, the Willybooger would reply, "Thank you, my little friends. Your laughter fills my days with magic. I wish today would never end." His words, sincere and heartfelt, resonated in the air, wrapping around the children like a comforting blanket. They would wave goodbye, their hearts swelling with joy, knowing that tomorrow would bring another adventure, another chance to bask in the warmth of friendship and laughter. As they made their way home, the children carried the spirit of the Willybooger within them, a glowing ember of happiness that would light their paths. They would recount the day's escapades, their voices animated as they relived each moment. "Remember when we danced with the leaves?" one would say, and another would chime in, "And how we jumped so high to catch the butterflies." Their laughter would ring out, echoing through the village, a testament to the joy that the Willybooger had brought into their lives. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, but the bond between the Willybooger and the children only grew stronger. Each visit was a new chapter in their shared story, filled with laughter, games, and the magic of friendship. The forest became a sanctuary, a place where worries melted away, and the only thing that mattered was the joy of being together. And so, in that enchanted forest, the Willybooger continued to spread happiness, his laughter intertwining with the echoes of the children's joy. Together, they created a tapestry of memories, woven with threads of whimsy and delight, a legacy that would endure long after the sunset on their playful days. They all knew how their friendship was a treasure, and the Willybooger brought laughter and cheer to the children, and they all had so much fun together. Hope you enjoyed The Story of the Children and the Willybooger.